Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Where you're joining our broadcast from, we want to say welcome to the program from the Print News here on Freedom Communications Incorporated. As a matter of fact, today is Tuesday and it marks the 17th day of June. Yeah, that's what it is. We've gone more than half the month now, and it's good to be here again on another presentation of the program from the Prenews. Wendell got some assignment. He's not going to be with us today, but hopefully we're going to have our radio LIB partners. We will have Gus Koma and Ali Masale joining us. So until we have them, you know what we do. We have two local dailies on our decks. We have the Daily Observer. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper on our decks this morning. And we want to recognize our sponsor quickly just before we can go into our reading. My name is Esther Daku. And we want to say good morning to Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, to our biggest sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. And we also want to recognize Exodus Best Buy store on the College Street and the Old Road. But it's good to be here again. And like I said, I am alone this morning okay, we have Aliyu. Aliyu Masale just joined us. So let's just bring Aliyu in, greet the audience, Aliyu, and then go through the paper. Go ahead, Aliyu.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Labira. This is Aliyu Masale from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Glad to be here this morning. How you doing, my sister?
I am fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this morning we have two local dailies. Like I said earlier, we have the Front Page Africa. We have the Daily Observer. Let's start with the Front Page Africa this morning. Let's see trending stories from here. And here we have grave financial irregularities. President Bokar suspends acting LTA boss amid explosive GAC report 2.6 million scanner rocks telecom sector. The seven got this story interesting. Let's see what it is. Well, this is Liberia and maybe kind of news. But let's see the story. President Joseph Newman Boakai has suspended Abdullahi El Kamara, acting chairman of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, following allegations of corruption and financial misconduct detailed in a recent General Auditing Commission report. The suspension announced late Monday comes after the GSC report linked Kamara to financial irregularities during his training as CEO of Tama Corporation, a private company that has reportedly received substantial government contracts. Sources familiar with the report allege Kamara authorized over LD 262 million in US dollars 450,000 in questionable transactions, some violating Liberia's procurement and public financial management laws. The most alarming allegation involves the mismanagement of US 2.6 million meant for a digital literacy program designed to empower Liberian youth. President Bouakar's suspension letter emphasized the government's zero tolerance policy on corruption and instructed Kamara to fully cooperate with the ongoing investigations. Kamara has been suspended without pay pending the outcome of the probe. Front Page Africa has independently confirmed that Kamara is under active investigation by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. Commission LACC, through no official charges have yet been fired. The LACC also expressed concern over Kamara's simultaneous leadership of a public regulatory body and a private company with interest in telecom sector. This is not just a case of financial mismanagement, it's system root or rot, said the LACC insider who spoke on condition of anonymity. You cannot serve two masters, especially not in a sector excessively as telecommunications. Political observers are divided on suspension. Some commend President Bouaga for decisive action, while others question Kamara's initial appointment given his controversial background. The Bouaga administration came to power on the promise of integrity. The question now is whether this is a cleanup or just damage control, said a local civil society leader. We're gonna leave you there. That's an interesting story, and I hope we can talk about that too. Probing the senator wrong, proving. I'm sorry, proving the senator wrong. ESA and EPA permits disprove Senator Twain's claim against ArcelorMittal's iron ore project. Documents show project followed environmental laws. Mm. This is right here on page 6. We want to take some lines from there. Okay. We follow up on this story last week. We had a story on last week. Let's just do a follow up quickly. We're not going to go in depth, but let's see some lines. This is Yekepa Nema County. An environmental and social impact assessment and two official permits issued by Liberia's Environmental Protection Agency have debunked recent claims by Senator Yan Tianwe that ArcelorMittal Liberia constructed its multi-million dollars iron ore concentrator in the Doloded Nimba County without proper environmental clearance. Last week, Senator Twain, lodged a formal complaint against AML after the Liberian Senate prompting plenary to direct the Secretary of the Senate, Jane Nambolo Esenwe Senior, to request copies of the Environmental Impact Assessment Report and permits from the EPA regarding the ongoing concentrator construction. For weeks, the senator has maintained that no environmental or safety impact assessment was conducted before AML began the building of the facility in Yekepa. However, official reports paint a different picture. ESIA completed EPA permits granted, contrary to Senator Twain's accession. AML Commission and submitted a full ESIA for the Tokadet iron ore processing plant in compliance with Liberian environmental law. The report was prepared by the globally recognized environmental consultancy URS AMEC Foster Wheeler in partnership with Earthtime Incorporated and was formally submitted to the EPA. Well, let's see some more lines from here. Documents revealed or review by Frontpage Africa revealed that AML submitted 21 detailed reports covering a wide range of environmental and social factors. These include a framework plan, environmental management plan, noise and air pollution studies, climate change and geomapping reports, zoological and botanical impact assessment reports, conservation international submission. These reports supported the EPA's decision to renew two environmental operations in the Tokande operation, that's the Tokande and at the port of Bikana. And that's all we're gonna take. Let's make some adjustment because I think I'm kind of straining a little bit. Okay, so we have a good. This story says timely intervention. General Ministry removes children from rock crushing site in Dwazon. Pledges support after FPA report. Whoa, that's good. This is good news. I was on their site I think 2 years ago, And it's a sad thing to see kids that should be in school at a rock crushing, you know, area, crushing rock while they should be in school. But let's see some lines from here. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has taken swift action to remove children involved in hazardous rock crushing labor in the rock crusher community, Dwazon along the Rabbit View Highway. The intervention comes in response to a June 13 report by Frontpage Africa which exposed the harsh and dangerous conditions children were enduring as they crush rocks to help support their families. The article accompanied by a video report which circulated rapidly online triggered national concern and widespread calls for immediate action. In response, the ministry deployed a team to the site as part of its ongoing street child project. Upon arrival, the team conducted a rapid assessment, held meetings with parents and community leaders, and ordered an immediate halt to the use of children in any form of rock crushing activity. Following the visit, the ministry began documenting the children involved, including their identities and living conditions, and committed a plan of support aimed at ensuring both short-term relief and long-term protection. The plan includes the provision of small grants to parents and guardians to ease financial pressures that often drive children into labor. Okay, into labor. Where are we? Okay, upon arrival, following the visit, the ministry began documenting the children involved, including their identities, living conditions, and committed a uh, uh, plan of support aimed at ensuring both short-term relief and long-term protection. The plan includes provision of small grants to parents and guardians to ease financial pressures that often drive children into labor, full academic scholarships for the upcoming 2025-2026 school year to give the children access to formal education and sustain community engagement and monitoring to ensure school attendance and continuous support. This effort is part of the school phase of the Street Child Project, which has was launched in August 2024 and officially commissioned on April 13. The President Joseph Boakai, by the President Joseph Boakai. The program seeks to provide comprehensive response for children in vulnerable street environments and address the root cause of child labor and neglect. The ministry has also issued a stern warning to parents and guardians, emphasizing that involving children in rock crushing or similar dangerous activities is a violation of Liberia's child protection laws. Officials made it clear that any parent or guardian found exploiting children in this manner will face arrest. So we'll leave it there and take more stories this morning. The top big stories we have on the front page of this paper this morning. NPA boss Sekou Dukle under police investigation for allegedly defrauding Chinese business partner of 3.6 million denies claims on a probe for duping. We represent the legal interest of Mr. Yang Don, a Chinese national and major shareholder of AML Duke Investment Group of Companies, a corporation organized and operating under the laws of the Republic of Liberia, and wish to bring to your attention for a criminal investigation into matters of theft of property of United States dollars 1,133,300 and an attempt to deprive our client, Mr. Yang Don, of his investment of United States dollars 2,554,421 by Mr. Sekou A.M. Dukle, Managing Director of the National Port Authority. Okay, interesting one. Page 5 got this story. Let's run there and bring it. The Liberian National Police has launched a criminal investigation into allegations that the managing director of the National Port Authority, Sekou A.M. Ducliffe, defrauded a Chinese investor Yang Don of more than US 3.6 million. Ducliffe has strongly denied the accusations, calling them an attempt to tarnish his reputation. According to a former complaint filed by lawyers representing Mr. Young Don, a major shareholder in the AM Ducle Investment Group of companies, the NPA boss allegedly received funds from their clients on a false pretense for multiple joint business ventures, including the construction of a mineral water bottle plant and the establishment of a mining company. The allegations in a complaint addressed to the LNP Inspector General Gregory Coleman, the lawyers from the J. Joining Momo in Associates Legal Chambers Incorporated stated that Young arrived in Liberia in November 2022 seeking investment opportunities. He was introduced to Mr. Duklin in March 2023 through the general manager of the Colony Hotel. Following discussions, Duklin visited China for 2 weeks with all travel related expenses, airfare, accommodation, transportation, and shopping covered by Young. The lawyers claim that as a result of their discussion, a mineral water bottle plant was constructed in Liberia at a cost of approximately US 2.55 million, which was fully funded by Young. Douglas allegedly provided the land for the facility and agreed to contribute equally to the investment. As part of the agreement, Douglas reportedly wired US 30 that's US 330,000 to Young's Australian account, which he claimed was a share in the venture. However, Young's lawyer alleged that a significant portion of these funds were spent on personal luxury items for Dougal, including lighting fixtures, vehicle parts, designer goods, Rolex watches, electronics, the business class travel. Young also alleged they paid for the renovation of multiple properties associated with Dougal. In addition, the lawyer accused Dougal of receiving another US 1.13 million for Young under the pretense of securing mining licenses and other permits, none of which were reportedly delivered. Additional claims. Young lawyer further alleged that in November 2024, when their client demanded accountability, Ducle retaliated by influencing Young's Chinese business associates to file a criminal complaint against him. As a result, Young was charged with theft of property amounting to US 4.5 million and is currently facing trial at the Monrovia City Court. They also accused Douglas associates Oleseman Toll Brown of receiving US 220,000 from Young and his staff for licenses and legal fees that never materialized. Brown is also accused of unlawful seizing and leasing Young Photon truck and evacuator, which allegedly resulted into damage to the vehicle. Additionally, Mr. Young's lawyer alleged their client was physically assaulted by